All right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi. We're going to get you guys ready for the upcoming weekend. We've got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of things to check up on. We've got a little disturbance here in the northwestern Caribbean that flared up earlier today. We've got Epsilon, and we've got your weekend forecast. A little update coming up your way here in just a little bit. Let me take you back outside. You can take a look now down into the northwestern Caribbean. A good Friday evening, getting ready for the weekend. Jeff, Robin, Anthony, Colleen, Jenny, Joe, Carla, Katie, Sissy, John, Blair, Maybell, Leota, Robin, Gary, Neil, Tina, Joan, Joan Rodriguez, Darren, Migdalia, Sue, Vicky. There you go. You guys are all in the house. Appreciate you guys popping in. You all know my motto, sharing is caring. The more people we can reach by you guys sharing, the more people we can put in the weather know. Amy List, Zane, Trina, Mona, Lucy, Heller, she says, from Kissimmee, Terry Thoros, Bob Daly, Renee Yatsa. Debs, please give me some good news for tomorrow. I'm driving back. I think you're going to be okay, Katie, coming back there. You should be good. Julia Smith, Crisscross Applesauce, Kathy Fisher. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. Blair Lombardi. We don't have a hurricane, at least not yet. None of the models are predicting a hurricane, but certainly a tropical storm and or a depression is a good bet to form here as we go forward in time. Let me just finish up sharing this over to a couple of different of our Facebook Live pages, and then we'll get this puppy a rocking and a rolling. Giovanni Diaz has popped in. Jennifer Minda, hey, back to you. Let's see, Central Florida weather. Tony Manolfi's page. Who we got? Cheryl Negrati, Ed Zapp, Kathy Jo Santiago, Johanna Torres Diaz, Pamela Jaquez Lopez has popped in. Good to have you there, young lady. And then one more location. And we'll get this baby rocking and rolling. Dwayne, Lucy, Jennifer, good to have you guys. Appreciate you. I think you'll get a good beach day in tomorrow, actually. I like that call there, young lady. All right, so that's a look at the northwestern Caribbean. Big blob there of showers and storms. We take a look at it from the satellite and radar perspective. We've got a little bit of some gusty winds there near Cuba. And then we take a look at the wave action there in and around Epsilon. We're still going to have some significant wave action there as we head into the upcoming weekend there along the coast. So you got to watch that. Now, wanted to talk about these water temperatures here in the northwestern Caribbean, the far southern Gulf. They are quite warm. In fact, let me just go ahead and I want to refresh these here one more time while I've got you guys on there. Pardon me. Let's do this. Properties, palettes. Let's just, the screen is going to look a little funky there for a second. Just ignore that. We get into here, we get over here. Gets a little bit cooler up north, but still warm. Tampa Bay, back through here, through the Bahamas, off the coast there of Florida. Boom. That should be enough dots. Let's make this big again. We'll go ahead and save that. So yeah, that's an update on the water temperature. Surf is up. Somebody was asking, do you think we're going to get a hurricane? You got to watch these warm waters. There definitely is some wind shear. You see how the clouds up there are getting ripped from the west to the east. So that, again, is not beneficial for tropical development. And I actually think it may be taking a little bit of a toll on our future right now. But we'll have to wait and see if that goes away. Now, Hurricane Center has definitely given this a pretty high chance of development here over the next 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll read a couple. I just wanted to get through the tropics there. I am a little bit more focused tonight because of what's going on. But here, take a look at this. There's a look at that Invest 95, which, by the way, is the 36th invest of the season so far. Karen, Rosie, June, Sammy the Bull. There you go. Good to have you in there. Again, moving north-northwest at 5. Pressure is down to 1,007 millibars. And remember, the lower the pressure, the stronger the winds. You can see some of the moisture there near Havana. Now, one thing I do want to point out to everybody, down there in the northwestern Caribbean, southeastern Gulf, where this could potentially head, the waters are at or just a little bit above normal. There's a little bit of cooler water there in the center of the Gulf of Mexico. But again, when you take a look at these computer models, as of 18Z, the early afternoon run, they're basically pointed at Florida. They're basically pointed at Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. So we're going to watch this. We'll wait and see what happens here. Typically, storms in October head towards South Florida, not the northern Gulf. So it's a little bit unusual, a little bit unique here. And I do want to show you the differences between the Euro and the GFS. There's not a significant change there, but let me show this to you anyway. Michelle Valdez, Patrick Speaks. Wind shear does affect storm systems. It doesn't, a cold front, it actually can create some strong damaging winds. So the answer in shoreline is yes. So there's the Euro taking a little feature weak through the northwestern tip of Cuba on Saturday and then on into Sunday, and pointing it into the southeastern Gulf there as we get into Sunday night and Monday. So, and then you can see it kind of building more towards the northwest as high pressure slides through the mid-Atlantic, forcing that to the west. Now, this has been a very unique and unusual pattern that we've been in here. It has been beneficial for us during hurricane season because it's deflected all the storms off to the west, but it does have a negative side to it. It's not allowing cooler fall weather to move into Florida. So it's kind of acting as a block. The front kind of stalls out across the southeast. But let's see where this goes. The European takes this up towards right there, towards Louisiana on Wednesday. And then I want to go past this just to kind of show you. There is a front that does build in, at least briefly there, as we get into Friday night and Saturday. And then a much stronger one coming in on November. Hello. The 2nd and the 3rd of November might be the strongest front of the season. So again, that may actually begin to break down the pattern here. But just something to watch there. There could be one front coming in next Saturday and a much stronger one a few days thereafter. So that's a kind of a look at a few things from the Europeans' eyes of view, so to speak. Now let's take a look at it from the GFS model. Teresa, Amy, I know, right, Amy? Tell me about June. Yep, Robin Ford, good to have you there. All right, so here's the GFS. There goes Epsilon. The GFS also has this feature hanging out in the northwestern Caribbean on Sunday as well. A little bit slower to move to the north. And then you can see that front dropping south next week. GFS finally brings this up into the Gulf of Mexico Monday, Tuesday, a little bit slower before it gets pulled into the Florida Panhandle there late. We're talking about late next week as that front kind of slides on in there as we get you on into Friday. So there you have it. There's the front kind of checking on in, and then a much stronger front again being advertised on the GFS right around the 2nd and 3rd of November. So both the Euro and the European have a very strong cold front coming in early November with kind of a teaser front coming in next Saturday. So just a few things we're watching. And it's all about timing, of course. So there's that. There's Tuesday. And there's Wednesday. Little system right there coming into the... So the GFS is hanging back a little bit longer with this thing coming up to the north. Now, the other feature that we've continued to watch is, of course, Epsilon. Epsilon is cranking a little more quickly now to the north. It's really going to speed up here over the weekend to the northeast. Mary, good to have you. Kathy, good to have you there. Colleen, Jojo Hernandez. And I do appreciate you guys sharing these Facebook Live feeds. Again, remember, the more people we can reach by you guys sharing these Facebook Live feeds, the more people we can put in the weather note. 36 Invest, 16 tropical storms, 6 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes for a total of 10 hurricanes. Everybody was asking, so how does this compare to 2005? Well, we're almost at the same amount of storms now, 28 versus 26. Hurricanes 15 to 10, major hurricanes 7 to 4. Greek names right now 6 to 5. So the next name storm in the Greek alphabet is Zeta, by the way, just FYI. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Go Race has Juanita. Michelle Debrecht. I will keep you updated on that. And for now, we have a feature down in the northwestern Caribbean that we are monitoring that does point to the northern Gulf or the Florida Peninsula anywhere from Monday through about Thursday of next week. There was a subtropical storm, Jason, that was named. That's why it's 28. I had to go back and make that change myself. Lucy Candelaria Rosado. Good to have you there. Okay, Tony, go on further down. There you go. We'll keep you, Lucy will keep you posted on that. So that's a look at that. Yeah, so it's 28 named storms for 2005, not 27. So the satellite perspective showing you what's going on. The thunderstorms are still there. Not as impressive as it was earlier in the morning, but that may be a function of the time of the day. We'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of hours. Sammy the Bull, appreciate you. John Hanson, good to have you there. Yep, Joe, it's been busy. Florida's been lucky, but Louisiana and Bermuda, not as lucky. So there we go. Slow-moving feature to the north-northwest at about 5 miles an hour. So there you have it. That's kind of what we've been looking at and what we're looking at. So now to get back to that local weather, let's talk about what's going to be happening here as this feature kind of comes up to the north and then will likely get pushed back towards the northwest there. The Euro has it coming very close to South Florida, then pushing back towards the northwest as high pressure begins to kind of slice it back towards the west. Christina Garcia, good to have you. Sharon Lee Maloof up there in Leesburg. Appreciate you popping in. So there you go. There you have it. So there you go. We got Juanita has popped in. Kealoe Moon. Good to have you in here. Moon the mountains of Cuba. Jason, the mountains there, I mean, they have mountains, not quite as high as Haiti or the Dominican Republic, but with the track that it's taking, you know, it would only briefly go over the 3,000 to 4,000 foot mountains there that you are referring to. That system reminds me of Brown. Yeah, there you go, Jamie. Jessica Strobel, good to have you there. Fort Myers is in the house. Mary Richard. Now, if you believe the Euro, with that track, here's your rainfall totals through 3 a.m. on Tuesday, and then the GFS considerably lighter. Again, I think Saturday's fine. I don't think Joanne County Miller has popped in. There you go. There's what we have right there. Temperatures tomorrow, it's going to be a warm day. Robert Hallman up there in Pensacola checking in. Good to have you there. Temps at the beaches about 85. Temps inland 85 to about 88. So again, definitely a warm weekend. Now, we do have a Falcon launch expected to go up around 11:31 in the morning. Danielle McGinnis, you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for popping in. Pamela Castro, boating tomorrow on the East Coast of Brevard. Oof, not good. I'm just about to get to that, Pammy. Hold on a second. So there's the launch for Saturday. 11:31 cumulus cloud rule is in effect, but 60% go. Pool forecast looks okay, not bad. I think you've got time to get some pool weather in. Rain chances running at about 30 to 40% by the afternoon. My husband said you were better. Very nice, love that. Brian, right now, most of the intensity forecasts keep this, below hurricane strength, so that's good. I think if you look at the intensity forecast here by most of the computer models, none of them are developing a hurricane. Now, having said that, I will remind you that no one thought that Epsilon was going to be a major hurricane, and lo and behold, it went from a Cat 1 to a Cat 3. So, we'll continue to watch it. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And that's what we'll be doing here for you. But most of the models are minimal tropical storms, so which can bring a lot of rain. That's something else that we're going to be watching there for everybody. So again, most of the intensity forecasts do not bring this to a hurricane. So that's some good news. All right, so let's continue the show there. So there's the beach forecast, as you can see. The Boynton Beach forecast is going to be a little bit rough. The water's going to be rough. The sea is 4 to 7 feet, 12-second swell. There's a small craft advisory in effect. Let me double check that. Make sure nothing's changed from earlier this afternoon. Let's see. We got high surf advisory. Small craft advisory will remain in effect until 4 p.m. Saturday. Seas will be running 47, 5 to 8 feet through Brevard County and Volusia County and on into sections of Flagler County. So yeah, rough. And then on top of that, we've got a not only the high surf advisory, but the rip current risk is going to remain elevated. So I'm not saying don't go to the beach, but what I am saying is just be careful. The water is going to be rough. So on Monday, with that high building in, it forces the low to the west all day. There's a front dropping south. That's going to start to pull that north. This is the European solution. It's the one system that's pretty far to the west. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with this particular model as we go through the next couple of days. I personally believe that is probably a tad too far to the west, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So let's take a look now at again the latest information. There's the blow up of showers and storms, very impressive earlier, but kind of falling apart a little bit here tonight. Energy, pretty good. Melanie Melendez has popped in. Patrick Speaks. Mary Radcliffe, good evening to you. Here's a look at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see nice clusters of showers and storms over the northwestern Caribbean. And there you have it. So that's the area that we're watching. Hi from Joe, says Jennifer Wagner Lohman. Hey, Joe, I appreciate the hours you work. I got to go to sleep now. Robin Ford, you are most welcome there, young lady. All right, now, so we've got the tropics covered. Let me show you the 7-day forecast here. Take a peek at that. Give this to you here real quick. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Notice those temperatures quite high. Late Friday starting to come down with the approach of the first cold front, and then another one to follow Monday and Tuesday of the following week. So I think we'll get a little bit cooler towards next weekend. Yeah, tell me about it, Henry. Jamie Lopez, I think there's going to be two fronts. I think there's going to be one coming through on Friday, which will only temporarily knock our temperatures down, but there may be a more significant front by Tuesday of the following week, November 2nd or 3rd, right around that time frame. So there you go. That's one of the things that we are going to be watching. Oh, boy. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Why am I frozen? Why am I frozen? Why am I frozen? Let's see. Yeah. Let's do this. Oh, let me do this. Right. Okay, should be back. 2 rocks. There we go. Thank you for pointing out that I was frozen. Do appreciate that. Okay, I'm here. I'm moving. There's your 2 rocks. There's a look at your 7-day. Thank you, Gerardo. Robin, you're welcome. Nice, Mikey. You behave yourself. Wingman. So there's your 7-day. Cooling down Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then a stronger front, hopefully coming in by November the 2nd and 3rd. Now, I do want to show you, speaking of cold air, we've had snow, and a lot of it through Minnesota, and then a new snowstorm blowing up now through the chimney of Idaho and coming on into Montana. And a beautiful picture there of our Hurricane Epsilon now chugging northeast of Bermuda. So let's take a look at these current temperatures. Yes, Jamie, I am back. Thank you. Rainy season. Tell me about it, Tommy. Virtual happy hour is 24/7, so don't you worry about that, Mary Evans. You're good to go. 22 in Billings, 24 Sioux Falls. So we have plenty of cold air. A brewing up north. And look at that snowpack. We are talking about a snowpack now that is really building up and still coming down through Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So as that cold air starts coming down, it takes a longer time for it to moderate until it gets into the deep south. And you can see, check this out, 41 in Wichita. That's some chilly weather, no doubt about that. There's a peek at St. Louis and Chicago, as you can see. Cooling down. There's your front. Now, if you want cold, ooh, check this out. Let me show you something here. Hey, cold for rain, beauty. There you go. Look at that. Fairbanks is at 20. Fort Ross, single digits, 9 degrees. The ice is thickening on up north there. 21 Baker Lake, 14 in Calgary, Saskatoon 21, Winnipeg 23, Minneapolis 34, Sioux Falls 24, Denver freezing. So then you got Ottawa, who's at 70, Buffalo, New York at 74, and I'll tell you what, 82 in Cancun, 75 in Kingston, Jamaica, 79 in Panama City. We head south to Santiago, Buenos Aires, 63, 68. Punta Arenas 45, Cape Town 59, and Luanda 77. There's Khartoum 82, Ankara 45, Oslo 36, Baku 52. We head up towards Siberia now. Look at Astana Surgut in the teens, Ulaanbaatar 19, Bratsk at 34, and 19 in Yakutsk. 48 in Beijing, starting to get some cooler weather there through Japan. 66 in Tokyo, 50 in Sapporo. Hong Kong, 72. Ho Chi Minh City, 79. Alice Springs, 70. Perth, 63. Melbourne, 52. And Auckland coming in at 70 degrees. So just kind of look at the temperatures around the globe. I do want to show you the water vapor channel. One of the things we like to show is the dry air. We have that. Look at the wind shear. Screaming west to east winds here across the Gulf of Mexico and Florida. And as long as that trough is here, it's going to be difficult for this to develop. But we do believe that this is going to lift a little more to the north. And we do think this will have a chance to lift back to the north late in the weekend or early next week. And that, my friends, is what we will be watching down here to see what, if any of this, is able to get better organized and then try to lift back to the north. But you can see there, when we talk about symmetry and outflow, boy, do we have that. We have plenty of that going on. And this is what I mean. So above a storm system, you want a high pressure. You want a high overhead. And that's what we have. You can see the circulation on top of this feature is clearly high pressure. So, yes. It's what we look at, what we look for when we're looking at tropical systems to see if something has a chance to develop. And so again, what we're watching is that right there. And again, if you missed it, the Hurricane Center is giving this a pretty high likelihood of developing. Gerardo, you take care. Melissa, good to have you there. It is. It's very large, Victoria. There it is from an enhanced satellite perspective. And then when you take a look at the prospects for development, there you go. 70% chance in the next 48 hours and a 70% chance in the next 5 days. So there you have it. And then when you look at the computer model spaghetti plots here, as we have an invest, they are pointed at Florida, they are pointing at Alabama, Mississippi, and even a few at Louisiana. So we're going to be watching this here ever so carefully as we head into the upcoming weekend. Again, we don't want to scare you. We just want you guys just to keep checking back in, making sure that everything is going as planned. And again, just a reminder that the intensity forecast stay below Hurricane strength or status. Again, nobody's calling for a hurricane as of right now. So again, just something that we're going to watch. At the very least, it can bring some rain and storms to the Gulf or to the state of Florida. Mike, typically that's the case, but I got to, and the waters are warmer along the eastern side of the peninsula than they are in the northern Gulf. So there is some logic to that, but I still think that, again, you have the warm enough waters there in the Gulf. We haven't any real significant cold fronts really dig down to cool us off, but maybe one or twice there in the northern Gulf. They're still pretty warm, so they're at 80 or better. In fact, the southeastern Gulf is in the mid 80s, so we'll continue to watch that. Bottom line is this: your weekend looks decent. There will be afternoon showers and storms. If anything is going to come away from the storm, it might be Sunday night. If the storm isn't indeed able to lift to the north. Otherwise, it may arrive on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday in the northern Gulf. So we'll watch it. We'll just wait and see what happens here and play it by ear. That's all we can do. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys rock and roll. I've got a few things I got to take care of. There's a look at the 7-day. Hopefully by Saturday of next weekend, will be a little bit cooler. And it certainly looks like maybe by Tuesday, November the 2nd, or Monday the 2nd, or Election Day the 3rd, that we might actually have a decent cold front come on in. We'll have to wait and see. It's long range and it is subject to change, but I want to leave you on a positive, bright note there. That if you like warm weather, this is certainly going to be your weekend to take advantage of it. I think the beaches look good. Just a little concerned about the surf and the rip currents. So I'm saying go, but be careful and have fun and swim near those lifeguards. All right, gang, let me rock and roll. I have updates on these computer models here for you coming up tonight at 10 on the CW 18 and West 2 News at 11. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and wear your masks.